If you are a beginner rider, you are probably making these very common and huge mistakes that actually a lot of beginner riders make when it comes to our hands and our reins and what to do with them. Now, it kind of does depend on what discipline you're doing. Obviously, if you're Western and you're neck reining, or if you're riding English or you're learning, whatever it is that you're learning. However, a lot of this does actually apply to every discipline, because even Western riders who are learning how to neck rein, they do still sometimes have to learn how to ride with two hands. Maybe if you're training a young horse, for example, that horse doesn't know how to neck rein, or you might have this bad habit of having the reins too short or bopping the horse in the mouth or whatever it is. So Western riders and English riders can definitely benefit from listening to the tips which I'm going to have today in this video. My name is Krystal Kelly and I'm an FEI Level 2 show jumping coach, and I've done Western, I've done endurance, I've done polo, I've done a whole variety of things when it comes to horses and coaching. And I've actually traveled and worked with horses internationally in over 20 different countries and on 5 different continents. I have coached thousands of students, and I'm not exaggerating here, I mean thousands. Boys, girls, men, women, adults, kids, all kinds of variety of students, all kinds of a variety of different types of students from different body shapes and sizes and ages and, all kinds of different things. And as well as horses. I've seen every type of horse's personality that you can think of, every type of lesson horse, from the naughty ones to the good ones to the show jumpers to the high level like Grand Prix horses. I've seen it all. Now, one of the most common mistakes which I see when I'm coaching beginner riders is the fact that they rely on the reins too much. Now, personally, as a coach, I always start my students on the lunge line for this reason, okay? I don't want to even give them the option of accidentally pulling on the horse's mouth. So I take that out of the picture, okay? So I always start my students on the lunge, and I keep them on the lunge line until they can prove to me that they are balanced and that they are not going to rely on the reins. Okay, so if you're asking like, oh, how many lessons? Again, it depends on the rider and how long it takes them to actually develop their balance. Now, obviously, I'm giving them some exercises and things which actually helps with their balance very quickly. So most of the students, even if they're, 50 and they're just learning how to ride, or maybe they're short. I know people with shorter legs, like I have very long legs, but people with shorter legs, they have a different type of a balance than people with the longer legs because they can't reach their legs around the belly of the horse as easily. So, it doesn't really matter. I've seen this work for everyone. It doesn't matter, okay, their age or their startings, or their size or whatever. But basically, I always start them with these different exercises, and that is what I would suggest for you to do as well, is to focus on, if you can, ride on a lunge line with an instructor or with a professional to actually help you. If you do not have that option, then you need to start riding without reins. Now, I don't mean just, go bridleless on a horse that's never done that before. Okay, we want to stay safe here. But a lot of times riders think that they need the reins way more than they actually do. So what I want you to do is actually learn to just drop the reins, okay, hold them on the buckle with one hand, or maybe tie a knot around the reins, and just get used to actually riding around without reins. Now, obviously, you want to do this in an arena while you're learning how to do this, or in a round pen or something. Don't go out on a 40-kilometer endurance ride like trail and then expect to stop a horse if it's, galloping around without reins. So, be smart, be safe, but you actually don't need the reins as much as you think you do. So what you need to do is work on your transitions with breathing and with your seat. And that is going to be the biggest tool to help you to actually relax with your upper body and your arms and to not pull on the horse's mouth so much. The other thing that riders do is they are looking at their hands or the horse's head so much that they're actually not even paying attention to where they're going, and they're not even realizing that they're leaning forward, they're putting their weight on the horse's forehand, and they're actually causing more harm than they are helping the horse. Okay, so that's why maybe when you go to turn, or go around a turn or a corner, you might be causing your horse to kind of lean to the inside, or maybe it's doing a little like speedy trot to kind of catch you to go around the turn, or whatever it is. Or if it was cantering, maybe it drops out of canter and goes back into trot because it's not feeling balanced. So all of these different things are because of you staring at your hands or staring at the horse's head, which is, beginners do not need to be worried about the horse's head, okay, at all. It's not your problem. You need to learn how to be balanced and how to actually ride without your reins. Hopefully you found this video helpful. If you did, please hit that subscribe button for other videos like this where I'm going to share my tips every single week about how you can improve your riding. Please comment below if you have any questions and let me know how your progress is going with your reins and if you are able to ride on the buckle or not. That's it for this video, and happy trails!